Hey guys, sorry I had to step away for just a second. So let's see who we got here in the stream. We got Logan. Hey Logan, how are you? Good to see you. And let's see, we got Tom. Hey Tom, what's up, man? Um, we got Ronnie, Space Ace Ron. Good to see you. Uh, what do I think of your name? You've been wanting to change it back to this name since about 3 months ago. Logan Salguero. I don't really know what it means. I mean, it's cool, but I don't know what it means, Logan. Um, Tom, what did I see the Dan Rather interview? I saw bits and pieces of it. I actually didn't see it live, and I've seen bits and pieces of it online. I've not been able to find an entire uh, video of it online, but Paul, he's just spinning his same stories that he's been spinning. I actually have some stories, some news articles on my phone that I was going to kind of read and comment on. Uh, oh, that's your last name. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. I like your screen name. That's cool. Um, yeah, it's been kind of quiet in the Kiss camp since they went overseas and been doing tour dates over there, and I think in August, around the 1st of August, they're supposed to come back to the States. Um, Paul has been doing his book tour. I saw that he's been at some Barnes and Nobles promoting his book, and Gene spoke at the Pentagon or spoke somewhere, and also went to see some military people, and people apparently got upset about it or something. I don't know. Gene's always been really cool to the military. I've seen some shows with him uh, going to hospitals, visiting, you know, army and people in the military that had servicemen and women that had one guy had jumped on a grenade and lost some limbs. Um, Gene told him there's a special place in heaven for people like him. So um, why'd they get upset? Let me see if I can find that story, uh, Paul. Let me see if I can find that. I have to open up my. It says here, town hall. Gene Simmons slammed for commending the troops. It says when Elton John testified before Congress, the media had a field day. When Smokey Robertson made a brief appearance, everyone cheered. But when Gene Simmons of Kiss traveled to the Pentagon on May 16th to laud the troops for their service and fight back tears to discuss how American saved his Hungarian-born mother from concentration camps, many reporters and pundits scoffed. Why did the media opt to cast such negativity around Simmons' appearance rather than fawn over it as they would typically do with any other Hollywood star? Simple. If it wasn't for the president himself, he would be considered the poster boy for everything that the left hates about the modern day culture war. Andrew Breitbart frequently said that politics is downstream from culture, while President Trump deserves credit for popularizing once forbidden ideas in the political realm in many respects. Simmons' Kiss can be said to have been a standard bearer of the first wave of the populist movement that the current president has resuscitated. Um, I like I said, I don't understand why I don't understand why Gene got such a bad rap for doing it. Gene's always been a very, believe it or not, for him to be in the kind of band that he is, and for him to lead the lifestyle of money and sex and women and rock and roll that he's lived for the last 40 so years. Gene's actually very conservative. Um, he's a very conservative guy, and if Gene Simmons ran for president, I'd vote for him. I mean, I'd vote for him hands down. Gene for president. But Kiss Army rocks. Hey man, good to see you. It's good that you made it. Like I said, I don't really have an agenda tonight. It's been a long time since I did a chat or done a chat, and I just missed you guys and felt like connecting with you. I am working on a video. I really apologize about the videos slowing down. Work for me this time of year is really crazy. And the other night I worked until 11 or 12 o'clock. And then about 3 weeks ago, we had a lightning strike. One of our towers, where I work at, we use towers, and we had a lightning strike, and it direct lightning strike. It was like a bomb going off. Scared the shit out of us. But yeah, so it's been a rough, and I work in information technology, so it's been a rough few weeks, few months. Yeah, the demon shows support towards Trump. That's why they give him crap. Anybody that seems to show support towards Trump gets crap. But yeah, so I apologize. The videos have slowed down. The next 80s video I'm working on is Holy Diver from Dio. But I wanted an actual. I used to have it on cassette or CD back in the day. I think I owned it on CD. I've never owned it on album. I know that. I think I've owned it on cassette too. But right now, I want to get it on cassette again, so I can feature it in my video, hold it up, and say Dio's Holy Diver. But I can't find it anywhere. I mean, I can order it online, but I like to go down to the record store. I called the other day, and the guy was like, man, I just sold it like yesterday. I had a CD copy. I sold it yesterday. So I've got my review written up. Here's my stacks of reviews. These are past and future ones. So, but I've got it written up, and I'm ready to shoot it. I just want to have that CD or cassette or album. I don't think I'm going to find it on vinyl. I was looking for it on vinyl on eBay, and it was like $300, and I have no idea why Holy Diver would be $300 unless they've never repressed it. They may not have. I don't know. But that's the next one I'm doing, and I'm working on Kiss's Symphony. I watched it in its entirety the other night and commented on it, and Symphony is in 3 acts. So I've edited the first 2 acts, and I'm down to editing the last act. I was working on it till about 11:30 last night, 12 o'clock, and I just got too tired. And today was a day it was a busy Saturday. So I could be editing right now and finishing it up, but I decided to talk to you guys instead. And I'll finish it tomorrow, hopefully get it uploaded. I was thinking about, YouTube has this new thing called a premiere. And it's when you put a video out, you can either have it upload and go live right then, or you can schedule it. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll schedule it and I'll have it go up like a couple days, especially if I've got 2 or 3 already uploaded. Which at one point in time I did have like 2 or 3 videos uploaded at once, and I had YouTube releasing them like every 3 or 4 days. Right now I don't have any uploaded. My hopper is completely empty. And so I am working on getting Symphony finished. But they have this new thing called Premiere where you can actually, the video goes, the first time it's played, it's like it's live. And it plays through in real time. And you can watch it, and you can watch it along with me, and we can chat about it. And I was thinking about for Symphony, because it's going to be over an hour long. I can tell you that right now, because the concert's an hour and a half. And I talked about the songs and about the history of stuff, and just talked about general Kiss stuff in general that was going on during that time in the band, that was going on in Kiss-tory during that time. And it's going to be about an hour long at the very least, because I'm long-winded. But I don't know what do you guys think about, should I premiere it or should I just upload it and release it? Because if I premiere it, I would like to do it on like maybe a Friday night or a Saturday night, maybe about this time, maybe about 9, 10 o'clock Eastern time. And then that way, 9 or 10 of us, or however many, and we got 10 now, we can get together, and do that. So just let me know if you guys want me to just upload it tomorrow and let it hit tomorrow night, or if you want to wait a week and let's do a premiere of it, we can all watch it together. Let me know what you think. Let me check comments. Put some music on. You know, Joe, I can't, because if I want people to be able to watch this later, if I put music on and YouTube slaps it with a copyright, they may not let this live thing be on at all. And I've seen other people do that where, I know I follow other people like Almost Human 56. He does it. And Nothing to Lose 75 does it. But you never see their live videos after that, because a lot of times they can't post them because YouTube bans them, blocks them, sometimes just flat out deletes them. So I would love to have music on right now, listening to some music. But if I want people to be able to watch this later on, I can't play that because they'll do the copyright thing. So I do apologize about that. Let's see. How was my day actually? And Rocket Ride said this guy's a tool. Well, Rocket Ride, you're a nice guy, so I think you're okay, even though you call me a tool. I would come in and sing and scare away the viewers. That's my son in the other room, talking about coming in and singing. How was my day? It was okay. I slept in a little bit, and then I cleaned my pool and actually got in my pool for the first time this season. I've been working on getting it from green algae green to perfectly beautiful clear water over the last few weeks, just a little at a time, because we have a saltwater pool. So you have to treat a saltwater pool a little differently than a chemical pool. So it took a little bit of time, but I swam in it. It was 92 degrees here today. It's been kind of warm this week. I live on the East Coast in North Carolina, and it got up to 92, and I was out there for several hours cleaning and getting in the pool and still working on vacuuming and getting the bottom of the pool, all the little fine things off the bottom of the pool. And then after that, I just chilled for a little bit. Rocket Ride, I'd love to hear some music too. Like I said, I really would, but I guess I could put on. Man, I just don't want to put anything on. I don't want YouTube to knock this thing down, because I've did that before. One of the very first live chats that I did, I had some music playing in the background, and YouTube wouldn't let it. They wouldn't let it be broadcasted after that. So no one's gonna watch this video later. Play some music, get this place hopping, dude. They actually will watch it later. A lot of my live videos end up with quite a bit of views afterwards. So I'm not here to play music. That's not what my intention is. I'm not a DJ. And when it comes to music, I don't take requests. So, so if you want to talk about Kiss, or you want to talk about anything in general chats, question, answer, talk about any of the stuff behind me. If you see some stuff back there, we can talk about that, but I'm not going to play music because I don't want to get a copyright strike on the video for later. I was just catching up on comments, and yeah, I understand, but a lot of people, I don't know about how, because of the way Ralph does his and everything, I don't know. But a lot of people do watch mine after the fact, because I get comments about them sometimes 2 and 3 months later. And so a lot of people do watch mine after the fact. So they say, oh man, I'm sorry I couldn't catch it. So they catch it after the fact. So. Yeah, you have to Ralph. You have to have a certain amount of subscribers before it allow you to go live. But I was going live before I had 1,000 subscribers, so I don't know what the issue with that is. Do I have all the 180 gram Kiss vinyl? Doggo lover, and appreciate the question. Do I have all of the Kiss 180 gram Kiss vinyl? And if so, where from? I don't have it all. I do have some here behind me, and most of it is from the States. And I have some imports. I have some. Most of my imports are from Germany. I have one alive that's from Canada, I believe. But most of my 180 grams are the 2014 reissues, like this Kiss here, 2014 reissue. It's a 180 gram. But I also have some of the special editions, like the orange translucent rock and roll over, the red and black marble destroyer. I don't have the clear and black swirl Kiss, the debut. I am going to get it, but I've heard and I've seen a lot of photos about it where it doesn't look that great. A lot of splotches. Looks like where people just, and it's supposed to be marble, but it just looks splotchy. And the other thing I'm going to be getting is Germany has a reissue of Double Platinum. It's like $44, but you can only get it from Germany Amazon, I think, and they only made like 2,000 of them. It was on pre-order till I think the 13th of May, or it may be the end of May. It may be on sale now, but when I saw it about a couple weeks ago, it was pre-order. Let's see. YouTube only allows non-copyrighted music in live streams. YouTube likes it when you put songs in videos if there is no singing. Yeah. Let's see. Rocket Ride. I get it. It's important. Happening right now. Let's have fun right now. Don't worry about fewer viewers down the road. Well, that's your opinion, Rocket Ride. But I'm going to do this the way I do it, so I'm sorry. Hey, Rick from It's All For You Demon. Hey, man, I appreciate you showing up. I saw your video today. Everybody, Rick, It's All For You Demon, he has a really cool channel. And if you've not subscribed to him, you definitely should. He does a lot of Kiss memorabilia. He has a lot of Kiss memorabilia. Makes me sick. And he did one today about the Kiss Exposed, which, did you see my comment, Rick? I commented earlier when I was making dinner. Kiss Extreme Close-Up, not Exposed. I picked this up. I commented this in the comment to you. I picked this up we were walking around downtown in one of these little small towns around my area. Little town called Valdez. Around here they call it Valdez. It's actually Valdez, but they call it Valdez. But they had this toy and collectible store. And I went in there and I said, do you have any Kiss? And the girl said, no, we don't. And I was like, okay, so cool. So I started walking around and there was a counter and it looked like you could go behind it. She was in a counter on the other side of the room. It looked like you could go behind it. And I asked her, I said, I said, can I go behind this counter? Because I saw something. I think I saw this magazine. Just kind of laying there. And I was like, oh, well, I see Ace. And so, and this is Guitar from 1996. Guitar magazine from 1996. And so I went over there and there was like a stack of stuff. And this was in that stack. And there was other magazines in that stack, stuff that's back there. I'll pull it out if you want me to, but But I asked her, I said, you got some Kiss stuff here, is it for sale? And so her husband, it's like, I guess it's owned by this man and wife. And he was at the back of the store playing some kind of card game, like a Yu-Gi-Oh game or one of those games. I don't know what it is. But he came up and she called him. He came up and he's like, $10. I'm like, $10 for all of it? And he's like, yep. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll buy it. So I got this, but I haven't had the chance to watch it yet because I don't even own a VHS player anymore. And people tell me every time I say that, they're like, go to the secondhand stores. All the ones I find in Goodwill and secondhand stores and consignment shops and stuff like that, they've been crap. I'm looking for like a nice hi-fi one, and I know beggars can't be choosers. But I'm just trying to find one along with an 8-track. And I've found 8-tracks, but you'd be amazed how expensive 8-track players have gotten. Because I've got some Kiss 8-tracks up here. I've showed them in my videos before. But I've gotten Kiss Alive 8-track. It's the whole album on there. Because Kiss Alive 2 came on, it was 2 8-tracks. And I've got Destroyer 8-track. So I've been looking for an 8-track because I'd like to play these. See how they sound, or if they even play. So, let's see. Oh, you hadn't seen the box with an explicit sticker? Yeah, and it actually is a sticker. It's a sticker on there, parental advisory. Yeah, I didn't even notice that yours didn't have that. But does the inside of yours look like that, Rick? I couldn't remember from the video or not. Let's see. Do you wish that you had the very first version of the first Kiss album without the song Kissin' Time? I used to have it. I've been a Kiss fan since I was 7. And there was a point in time, I bought every album. Let's see. Kiss Alive had came out when it had just came out when I was a kid. And so I was there for when Double Platinum came out. That was when we were basically waiting for the solo albums. And the solo albums was a big build-up. It was a big hype. People were wondering if Kiss was going to break up because they were doing solo albums. And then there was Dynasty, and it seemed like there was an eternity between the solo albums and Dynasty. I remember going and getting the solo albums. You went down to the record store, waited in line. There was a line waiting to get in, and you went in, and they had the posters. And I remember my mom bought all 4 of them for me, and if you bought all 4 of them, they put them in this little plastic bag that had all 4 of the covers on it. And I used to own all that stuff, and it got stolen way back in the day. But probably in about my mid to early 20s, my early to mid 20s, I found Kissing Time, or I found the first Kiss album without Kissing Time on it. And I owned it for several years until it got stolen as a part of that collection. And you can see it online, and it's not, depending on what kind of condition it's in, it's not that expensive. But the copy that I own, which is kind of right here behind me, here, that's a second press that has Kissing Time on it, and so I have that copy, and then I have my 2014 sealed 2014 180 gram of that. There's a guy that lives in my area he's contacted me. He saw me on YouTube, and he lives in my area like 20 minutes away from me. And he says, I've not seen it yet, but he says that he has a Kiss first press Kissing Time, Hotter Than Hell, and Destroyer original first press, all 3 of them sealed. And he wanted $400 for all 3 of them. And as far as I know, he's still got them because he's waiting on me to come by and see if I want them or not. He's offering them to me first, and if I don't want them, he's going to, sell them somewhere else. So I just haven't been able to hook up with him. Every time I call him, either he's busy or when he's free, I'm busy. So we just haven't been able to hook up. And it's been since before Christmas we've been trying to hook up with each other. Let's see. Did you check out the Backstage.com Kiss auction this week? 3 sides talked about it in the last episode. No, I didn't. I didn't check that out. The last 3 sides episode that I heard was the one that Ralph Vieira was on. I usually don't listen to those guys because they attack me every chance they get. Me and Michael Brandvoid had it out on Twitter a couple weeks ago about Paul Stanley lip syncing and where the guy supposedly got the refund, and Brandvoid said it was fake news, and I was like, well, everybody all the way up to iHeartRadio is reporting it. So, but yeah, and then I think it's funny on Ralph's next live feed. Brandvoid showed up in his live feed. So I don't know. That just kind of seemed weird to me. Zachary Smith, you've got that issue. Paul and Gene isn't hope. Okay, Paul and Gene isn't hoping their new album, because if they make a new album, how many people listen to their album in YouTube? It's sad. Um, let's see. I got a couple things I want to catch up on here. One of the articles I was going to read is talking about how Paul Stanley's getting slammed because he came out and said that he's not going to make Kiss is not going to make new music. And he said that basically fans didn't want to listen to it. Fans didn't want to hear it. But he's making new music with this band Soul Station or Soul whatever. I think it's called Soul Station. And people, I actually was watching on the comments of his Instagram. People are like, what the hell? You won't put out a new Kiss album, but you'll put out this album. And here's what I think about that whole thing. I was thinking about this morning. I slept in, and I still wake up at like 7 o'clock anyway. That's what time I normally get up. But I still laid there for a couple hours before I actually got up, just because I didn't have to get up. And I started thinking, I think Gene and Paul are they're done with Kiss. And this is just me. This is just my opinion. And I'll get to comments in a minute. I know you guys are commenting and I see that. But I want to say this. I think Gene and Paul, especially Paul, I think they're done with Kiss. I think the End of the Road tour, no matter how great or how fun it is, and Rick, that's not a shot at you, but no matter how great or how fun or how awesome it is, they want to be done with Kiss. They want to be done with touring. They just want to. And if you put out another album, when you put out an album, you're committing to a lot. You're committing to taking the time to sit down and write songs, and then to rehearse for that album, record that album, promote that album. And I don't think they're going to do that because I don't think Kiss is their passion anymore. I think Paul's passion is his painting, his cooking. He's promoting his new book. Gene will have another book before we know it. Mark my words. Gene will have another book before we know it. Gene's passion a few months ago was the vault, and it was the Gene Simmons band. And Gene's always going to find a way to make money because, hey, he's Gene Simmons. And the Kiss brand is going to continue on forever. It's going to, by the time all of us that's in this chat are dead and gone, there's still going to be people that's buying Kiss stuff. It is a brand and a visualization that will never die. It will never go away. As much as people want it to, as much as they hate Kiss, because you got the people who love Kiss and they're passionate about it, and they have YouTube channels and they get in fights on Twitter over it just because we're passionate and we see it from our different sides, or we're just trying to stir the pot and stir up shit. And you got the people who absolutely hate them. There's not much gray area. And it's been that way since I was a kid. I remember getting my ass beat going to school wearing, Kiss shirt or Kiss jacket or taking Kiss albums to school and stuff. Ralph's talked about that too. I remember getting my ass beat. It wasn't cool to be a Kiss fan. You were stupid. And even to this day, sometimes it's not. I tell people I have a a YouTube channel, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I do a lot of Kiss stuff." They're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah, And actually, I had one guy go, "I bet you I don't have a lot of viewers, do you?" I'm like, "Well, actually, I do, But I think Paul and Gene are done with Kiss. I think that they'll probably still do cruises because that makes money. But it's not a commitment beyond showing up, being there, and getting off the boat. Getting on the boat, being there, performing, and getting off the boat. But as far as making albums, promoting albums, doing big tours like this, they're done. They're done. They're trying to get their last grab of cash, and they're done. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because hey, we all like making money. We all like making money. We like spending money, so we like to make money. But I don't hate Paul for doing what he loves. And if he wants to get away from Kiss but still make music, because he apparently still wants to make music because he's making music with this Soul Station band, with a group of people that is not Gene, not Tommy. Well, I think Tommy's actually in Soul Station. No, Eric is. Eric's in Soul Station, I think. But yeah, I just think they're done. Let's see. The solo albums were so bad. Sourceplay, I quit Kiss for 20 years. I won't say I quit Kiss ever, but I did kind of step away for the Crazy Crazy Nights and Hot in the Shade albums. I was just too busy listening to other bands. I was too busy listening to Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and all the bands that came out during that time. I kind of realigned myself with Kiss when Revenge came out, because Revenge kicked ass and Carnival of Souls kicked ass. Two of my favorite Kiss albums is outside of the original 70s Kiss albums. Those are two of my favorite Kiss albums. Hey Joe, good to see you. Glad you're back. Hey Sourceplay, thanks for the comment. Let's see. Tyler, is the 2014 the one I got you? No, Tyler, the Kiss album you bought me is the one that's on the wall. That's my son, Tyler. Let's see. First album's first press is very expensive. I dropped out right after Dynasty. Came back with Unplugged. I dropped out around, like I said, with Crazy Nights. Let's see. And subscribe to PewDiePie. That always makes me laugh. Ticket sales for the Kiss show on September 20th in Los Angeles is on sale. Now let me talk about something here. I don't know how I feel about Kiss coming back and visiting places on this tour that they've already hit. Because this is supposed to be the end of the road tour. And I know I commented on Kiss whenever they put it on there. I was like, whenever Kiss put it on their Instagram page, I actually commented, really? Wow. I thought this was supposed to be the final shows at the because there's a lot of people, they're attaching emotional things to these shows because it's supposed to be, for a lot of people, it's the last time they get to see Kiss. Like whenever they come around to me in August, on August the 10th, when they come to Charlotte, North Carolina, if I go and take my son with me, to me that's the last time I'm going to see them. I'm not going to try to make an effort to go see them anywhere else. To me, that's the last time if I go see them, that's the last time I'm going to go see them. Well, if they come back, I guess some people, it's like, oh, I didn't get to get tickets for the first one. It was sold out. So I'm glad they're coming back. But me, I just don't know how I feel about them coming back and hitting places twice. I don't understand. I don't really know how I feel about that. Brandvold is a smelly head. Rocket Ride. I tell you what, man. The guy is a jerk, but the guy is a jerk to get views and get subscribers and to piss people off, because it makes people go, "What's up with these three sides of the coin guys?" And then they go watch a show or they go watch a video. And he actually admitted, even in the video with Ralph, that they piss people off on purpose. They make titles to their videos that will piss people off to get people to watch. So what they're doing is calculated and intentional. Let's see. Logan. He's talking to the Kiss fanatic. That's cool. Let's see. Rocket Ride. Unplugged was awesome. I was 25 years old. I was able to experience that, plus the reunion tour and Psycho Circus. But as soon as Ace and Peter checked out, so did I. Yeah, and I remember experiencing the reunion tour, Psycho Circus. And then you had that period of time where Peter left, and Ace and Eric was in the band, and then you had that period of time where uh, Ace left, and then Tommy was in the band, and Peter came back, which is kind of what happened for the symphony tour, not the tour, for the show. It was only one show. Soul Station is an awesome project. I didn't say it wasn't an awesome project. Like I said, I actually have listened to some of their stuff, and I know it's more of a project than it is a band. And I'm happy to see Paul doing stuff like that. But I know it really pissed the Kiss fans off. I would like to have seen one more Kiss album, but not with the attitude that Paul has. If you're going to do it half-ass because you think that the fans don't want it, and that's why you're not going to do it, don't do another album. Scab Kiss, let's see, Source Play, I was 11. My friend's dad took us to the opener of the Destroyer Tour in 1976. Oh, cool. So you're a little bit older than me. In 76, I was 7, so you're a little bit older than me. Ears rang for a week. Brandville is a tool. Might be sucks. Hey Bethany, how you doing? I see you there. I'm just trying to catch up. Would I ever go to a Kiss cruise? Good question. I love cruising. Me and my wife have been on, I think 7 cruises so far, and we typically go for longer ones, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. I know that's short compared to some people that do the long cruises. I would love to go on a Kiss cruise. I actually tried to get in on the list for not this past cruise, but the one before. And I'm not going to get in on this one. So I've already missed my chance of getting in on this one. But if they do one more, like if they do one next year, I may try to get in on it. I think a Kiss cruise would be cool just because I like cruising, and Kisses on the show, or Kisses on the boat with other people too. So I think it's funny, but Soul Station, it's closely related to the music that Peter Criss would be doing. And you're exactly right, Tom. You're exactly right. That's one of the things I liked about the solo albums. I had my ones I liked the best. My favorite solo album kind of teeters back and forth between Paul and Ace's, because there's things I like about both of them. There's things that kick ass about Ace's, and there's things that kicks ass about Paul's. One of my favorite songs off of all 4 solo albums is actually on Paul's album, Take Me Away Together is one. I think that's just an amazing song. It's so epic and so huge. But I love songs off Ace's album like Ozone and, Snowblind and things like that. I don't like a lot of the hits off of Ace's album, like Rip It Out, New York Groove. I'm not saying I don't like them, but they're just not my favorites. I like his little bit deeper cuts. But Gene's album was really cool in the fact that it was just like this big, huge, massive production of all these people. And then Peter's was cool because it had some jazz and some rhythm and blues and stuff like that on it. Plus, Peter has such a great voice. And one of my favorite songs from the 4 albums comes off of his album, I Can't Stop the Rain. But I also really love Easy Thing. Easy Thing, I think, is an amazing song. But Peter had a lot of help on his album. Most songs were co-written, written when he was back in Chelsea with Stan Penridge. So he had a lot of help on his album. Gene had a lot of help on his album. But Paul and Ace, they did a lot of their stuff by themselves. Paul produced most of his album. Ace had Eddie Kramer. But Ace sometimes played almost every instrument on the whole song except for the drums. Of course, he had the beast Anton Fig on the drums, and it's just an amazing album. So much care. I think each member put so much care into their albums, and they all went off in their all 4 different directions. And honestly, I don't know if I'd have it any other way. I don't think I would have wanted four albums that sounded exactly alike. Aces sounded kind of like what I thought it to sound like. Paul made the most Kiss-like album. Uh, but Gene, I expected, some more Gene and Demon type stuff. And Peter, it would have been nice to hear some, some nothing to lose type stuff and Baby Driver type stuff. But hey, what they did was cool too. Uh, Kiss Cruise will end in 2020. And they are getting old. I mean, that's sad to say. Let me tell you what happened, and I'm getting to the comments, guys, but I'm just rambling. But I had a horrific thought the other day when we lost, and it has nothing to do with a musician. But who did we lose? The comedian we lost, Tim Conway. So we lost Tim Conway this week, and my wife's a huge Carol Burnett fan. She loves like old shows like that, like I Love Lucy, Carol Burnett show, Hee Haw, bunch of stuff like that. She loves the old shows, and so Tim Conway died, so she's been watching a lot of Tim Conway stuff that's been on YouTube and things like that. And in the midst of all that stuff that I saw about Tim Conway passing away, the thought shot across my head is that someday soon we're going to lose an original member of Kiss. We already lost two members of the outside the original members. We already lost Mark St. John and Eric Carr. But someday soon we're going to lose one of the four original members of Kiss, and there's really no telling which one it's going to be or how they're going to go. But that's a sad thought. If you sit and ponder that for just a second as a true Kiss fan, and I think you are true Kiss fans, otherwise you wouldn't be here listening to some knothead, spout off about Kiss in his fourth bedroom for a couple hours. We're going to lose one of them someday, and there will not be no going back. So that's a sad thought to think about. Sorry to bring everybody down. Let's see. I welcome new fans, but I wonder sometimes if they're upset that they didn't get to see the original lineup. Rocket Ride, good thought. And honestly, I don't know if they're upset or that they don't even care, because there's so many people that pull the whole no Ace, no Peter, no problem. Or you actually hear somebody. I never referred to Kiss as the Catman, the Spaceman, the Demon, the Star Child. That's a foreign thing to me, and I don't know exactly when it happened. I mean, I know that they created those personas with the comic books. And even in 1977 or 78, help me out with with Kiss Meets Phantom of the Park. I was 8 or 9 years old. They called themselves Star Child, Catman, Spaceman. But we called Ace, Ace. We called Peter, Peter. We called Paul, Paul, Gene. And, and now you'll hear newer fans, younger fans, the millennial fans and younger, they call a lot of them, that never got to see the original Kiss, the pre-internet days, before they took the makeup off days, where we didn't even know what they looked like. The scandalous pictures in the Enquirer that was sold to the Enquirer by Cream, showing them in their street clothes and their sunglasses, or the pictures where they're like this, or behind an album, or whatever, or they're getting caught going into a club or getting out of a limo. I remember that picture of Ace getting out of the limo with his hand over his face and the surprise look in his eyes. They never got to experience that. Some of you never got to experience that. You were too old. You were too young. But I did. I grew up in it. And I don't think they really care. They don't care what incarnation of Kiss is on the stage or whatever, because that's their Kiss. And everybody has their Kiss. My Kiss is, and I'm not saying that any incarnation after that wasn't Kiss, but my Kiss was 70s Kiss. But now, did I enjoy and like other incarnations of Kiss? Hell yes. The incarnation of Kiss that made Revenge and made Carnival of Souls, which was Bruce Kulick, Eric Singer, and Gene and Paul, that incarnation of Kiss kicked ass. Kicked major ass. Because those two are two kick-ass albums. So, I'm not just a 70s Kiss fanboy, but I hate hearing the whole no Ace, no Peter, no problem. Three sides says it all the time. And if there was no Ace, no Peter, there would be a problem. You wouldn't even have a web show to be talking about Kiss because, or neither would I, or neither would Rick, because it was those two guys, blood, sweat, and tears, through the 70s and through the incarnations. You're giving Gene and Paul too much credit. You're giving them too much credit. If anybody needs to be given credit for 70s Kiss, it's Neil Bogart, Neil Bogart, and God, what's his name? His name's leaving my head. Neil Bogart's partner. His name's leaving my head. Can't think of it. But that's who influenced Kiss. Tom, I'm just catching up on comments, guys. Tom says, I don't think Gene and Paul have a new album in them. I didn't like the last two. I don't see them doing anything except maybe doing remasters, maybe with bonus tracks. Paul Stanley hates Kiss. Rick says, I would agree they should hit only a city only once. I'm sure Nicky will get his nose out of joint again. Yep. I agree, Rick. I think they should only, if this is it's a farewell tour without them calling it a farewell tour. It's end of the road. So it should be the end of the road for that city, you know. Jay says, hey Jay, how's it going? I dropped out after Lick It Up, which by the way is a kick-ass album. Jumped back on during Revenge. Okay, I have a survey for everybody. What camp are you in? I mentioned this in one of my last videos. What camp are you in? Are you in the wait a minute. I think I mentioned it in my video that's coming up. It's just I've shot it. Symphony. But are you in the Creatures of the Night camp? Are you in the Lick It Up camp? Creatures of the Night or Lick It Up? Those two albums. Which camp are you in? Creatures of the Night or Lick It Up? I'm curious. I'm not watching a 2-hour video about a stupid dragon. Tom says, when I was in grade school, there were 300 Kiss fans in my grade. I remember one girl told me the only thing good about Kiss was their boots. Aaron Jones, love the reviews, man. Thanks, Aaron. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you watching. Anybody watching me, I appreciate you guys. Money is cool. I've gotten hate for liking Kiss. Most people at my schools like rap. My son asked, have I thought about getting a Kiss casket for when you pass 50 years from now? You know, those things are expensive. Ace album is great. Rip It Out is Ace's top song. Tom's been a loyal fan for years. Dropped out because of Sonic Boom and Monster, like a few songs, but overall bad. I'm just trying to get caught up, guys. I've just been talking too much. Can't watch Three Sides anymore. Watched them when they first came. I can count on one hand how many Three Sides episodes I've watched. I'd rather watch people like Ralph. I'd rather watch people like Rick, that's in this chat tonight. Rather watch him. There used to be some people out there called History Science Theater. 3 guys from Canada that made really cool videos, and they basically, I love the premise of their stuff. They'd just basically get together and they'd play Kiss videos, and they would get together and they'd get drunk or have a few drinks, and then they would start their podcast. They don't really do anything that much anymore. They're still around, but they don't really put out that much content anymore. But it's called, and I always like the name History Science Theater. It's really cool. Pink Kool-Aid, the official of the Three Sides. That's right. Sean Delaney. Bill Aucoin, Sean Delaney. There you go. Hey, nothing to lose. Hey, I just saw you, man. I just saw that you was the one that said Bill Aucoin and Sean Delaney. Yeah, Bill Aucoin, Sean Delaney, Neil Bogart. Those 3 guys, man, are who made Kiss who they are. Even down to Sean Delaney. That stuff that they do during Deuce, where they get up there and they do their guitars back and forward, which Motley Crue then turned around and ripped off years later with the beginning of Take Me to the Top. Along with the makeup, the blood, the fire, anyway. And Nikki Sixx talked crap about Kiss for ripping them off. Whatever, man. But Sean taught them a lot of that stuff. Their stage presence. If you read in Paul's book or Gene's book, I think it's in Paul's, he used to film them and would like give them instructions on how to command an audience and how to have stage presence and stuff like that. So yeah, it was those 3 guys, man. Kiss Crew is probably the only way to see Kiss now. I think so too. Just catching up on these comments, guys. I'm so far behind, and I apologize. What's my favorite Sonic Boom song? Ugh. I haven't reviewed Sonic Boom yet. And I get the songs on Sonic Boom and Monster kind of confused. Pot of Thunder's good too. Sonic Source Player. Pot of Thunder's really good. I like how they kind of take a song and break it down. Peter's one albums you put on when you want to get busy with your lady. You'd probably get luckier with Paul's album though. Sean Delaney would have the best, had the best book. I agree, nothing to lose. It's nothing personal. My first Kiss show was Tommy in 2003. I didn't know it was Tommy until I got there, and he's putting his knees together like Ace, and I just didn't like it. Yeah, he emulated Tommy. He emulated Ace a lot. Even getting down on his knees now at the end of, Black Diamond and stuff like that. But I think that's because he's playing a part. He's an actor. He's a musician that when he puts on the spaceman makeup, when he puts on Ace's makeup, he becomes that, and so he has to play those solos out. He has to do those stage moves. I'm just happy they don't have him singing Shock Me on this tour. I really would be pissed off if they had him singing Shock Me. Joe K, hey Brent, hey man. He toned it down. He has no personality on the stage. It sucks. Ace was so cool to watch. It's sad that Sean Delaney is gone. So, hey, I'm actually officially caught up. So yeah, guys. So, I appreciate all you guys being here. Now that I'm caught up, and Thomas, I love hee-haw. He did shot me on the cruise. Yeah, I've saw some of the stuff from the cruise, and I've saw him do some stuff like that. But while I got everybody here, all 14 of us, looks like we got 14 right now. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything they want to talk about? You want to know what I got coming up, what I'm working on? You want to talk about anything behind me, any of the albums? Let me see if I can find the answer to the question. What some of the songs I like off of Sonic Boom. Let me pull up the track listing because, like I said, I get confused because those two albums sound so much alike. And it seems some people, they seem to really favor one or the other. Some people really favor Sonic Boom, and some people really favor Monster. Let's see. Sonic Boom, Modern Day Delilah, Russian Roulette, Never Enough, Yes I Know Nobody's Perfect. I like I'm not going to get too much into this because I haven't done the review for this yet, and some people will probably be like, well, screw it, it's a live thing, nobody watches these anyway, afterwards anyway. But I like Modern Day Delilah. Paul still sounded like he still sounded good, but he was sounding like he was starting to strain. That very first line where he says something across the room. I mean, I love Gene's song "Nobody's Perfect." I love "Nobody's Perfect." "Dangerous" I think is just a stupid name. Danger you, danger me, danger us. But I like the riff in that. "Say Yeah." I don't like "Say Yeah" at all. I think it is a flaccid way to end an album. "When Lightning Strikes," it's actually not a bad song, even though it's Tommy ripping Ace off. "I'm an Animal" is awesome. Just the way it starts. That just the way it starts is awesome. "All for the Glory," the Eric Singer song, I don't like. I know some people really like that song, but I don't like it. "Hot and Cold," I don't really like. I like "Stand," even though it's kind of, "Russian Roulette's good. Russian Roulette is really good. "Modern Day Delilah's good. "Never Enough" is good. And "Never Enough's" kind of like an anthem. Let's see. And "Yes I Know Nobody's Perfect." That album's kind of hit and miss for me. So, but it won't be long before I am doing the review for that album because, like I said, I have Sonic Boom coming up, and that'll probably be sometime this week. And then after that, let's see. After that, I have basically Sonic Boom and Monster to do. So I'll be doing Sonic Boom after. And there's some Kiss covers. There's a cover of, I think it's a Paul McCartney song that I'm going to be doing a video reaction on that. I want to backtrack up to something. Nobody wants to see their heroes go. When Lenny died, it started off a huge chain of events. I agree. Yeah, I mean, we saw Prince go, Lenny go, we saw Chris Cornell go, and I was never the biggest Soundgarden fan. But I always liked Chris Cornell's voice. I liked a lot of his solo stuff. I liked a lot of his stuff after Soundgarden. I think my favorite Soundgarden song was probably Spoon Man. I mean, I like the riff in that. I like that riff in that. So I didn't see if anybody asked or not. Did anybody? And I didn't see if anybody answered or not. But did anybody answer um, what their favorite album is between Creatures of the Night and Lick It Up? And if y'all did, I guess I just missed it. But I'd like to know who likes Lick It Up and who likes Creatures of the Night. I'm gonna put this stuff up really quick. I'll pull. Well, let's see. Pull my books here. So, oh, and I do have more. I had somebody ask me about the Kiss box set. Was I done doing Kiss box set stuff out of this? And I am not done. But let me tell you, I'm blind. The next song I'm going to be doing, there's a Stop, Look, and Listen, which is a Paul Stanley demo. I'm going to be doing that one. There's Lita, which is a Gene Simmons demo. I'm going to be doing that one. And then I'll do Let Me Go Rock and Roll, the Bell Sound demo. And then I will be doing Acrobat, Live at the Daisy. I'll be doing that one. So there's a little preview of what's coming up on the Kiss box set. So doing a Motorhead Ace of Spades album review? Sure. I've not ever been. I like Motorhead, and I think I own the Ace of Spades album, and I think that's the only one I owned at one point in time. But I just think Lemmy was just always just so cool. Show some of the magazines I got. So I got this one here. This is somebody earlier said that they had this one. This is Guitar from, like I said, from April 1996. And it's got the let's see, find where the article is for Ace. Like this, it's got all these guitarists, the best guitarists you've never heard of. So the article in here, it shows here the Gods of Thunder. And then it goes over. It has this nice shot here of the band, and that's basically it. It's basically got some riffs. It's got on this last page here. It's got riffs from Strutter, Deuce, stuff like that. And then I have the Psycho Circus comic book. The graphic novel, book 1. I think my daughter got that for me. And then I have the got this from my friend Scott Rock, who I did the couple reviews with, and we also did his Kiss room. I got a video, but he gave me the Playboy. The Kiss Playboy. So yeah, that's cool. And then I've got the Rip. I think I've seen this in one of Rick's videos. This is the Rip magazine from when Gene and Paul put the makeup back on. Got that for $3. I don't know if that's good or bad. Song hits from June 1983 had Vinnie Vincent and Eric on the cover with the makeup still on. And this, from this stack down, I said that I got that batch sale from the toy store, collection store, that I got Kiss Extreme back there in. So this magazine was part of that, and these magazines from here on down was part of that too. Um, this is Kiss the Videos, and basically, I thought this looked familiar, but I think it just looks familiar because it's got the picture here from the Don Russ cards, and I used to love that shot there. So iconic. Ace's hair looks silver in that, but I then after, and this is from when is this from? When is this from? Where's Bruce Kulick was in the band, so guess I want to look inside. 1990. But this is basically, it's talking about the videos, and it's got some really cool pictures in it. It's got that outtake. It's got some pictures from the Elder era. And then they're talking about, the first Kiss video, I Love It Loud. It's hard to believe the first Kiss video was I Love It Loud. No, the first Kiss video was not I Love It Loud. No. I'm sorry. There's videos on this. There's videos on this one. So the first Kiss video was World Without Heroes. Do y'all remember Solid Gold when Kiss was on Solid Gold? Do y'all remember that? And then they've got Lick It Up. All Hell's Breaking Loose. And this is kind of just a cool magazine. They go through the all the videos, like Tears Are Falling. They have that picture there of Paul. See what else they got in here. Who Wants to Be Lonely? I love the Asylum tour. I love the Asylum album. I went to that tour. I had won press passes, and so I was in between the barrier and the stage, and I actually had those press passes had a backstage pass on the back of them, and I did not realize, me and my friend that went, we did not realize that the press pass, what was printed on the back, was an actual pass that would have got us backstage too, and we didn't go backstage because we were idiots and morons and didn't look at the thing good until we got home, and we're like, holy shit, there's a backstage pass on the back of this. Missed opportunities. Could have met Kiss during the Asylum tour. Well, I mean, we had backstage passes. That don't necessarily mean we would have met Kiss. Crazy Nights. Reason to Live. This is for you, Rick. Let's put the X in sex. You Make Me Rock Hard. Reason to Live. Crazy Nights. Wonder if they got one from that photo shoot, that place you were talking about. You Make Me Rock Hard. Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss Exposed. Oh, that's a nice shot of Ace. I don't even know if I can get that in good. It's black and white. I hate that that's black and white. I love the Dynasty costumes. A lot of people hated them. They thought they were over the top and everything, but I love the Dynasty, especially Ace's. Hide Your Heart. Oh, and look at this. Check this out. The posters. Yeah, Rocket Ride, it does suck about the backstage passes. But, yeah, it does suck. They've got the posters and they've got the tapes too. Look at this. You see that? The VHS tapes. That's so cool. Get that a little closer. I don't want it to just get blurry. But that is Kiss Exposed for $29.95. Animalize Uncensored, which was badass. I went to that show. I was actually at that show, but that's a badass concert. Eric at his prime, but God, he played everything way too fast. Crazy Nights for $12.95, which I have right there. And Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. Look at this, guys. Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park for $17.95. $17.95. Kiss meets Phantom of the Park. Just crazy. And then they go into some interviews, talking to Gene, and they've got a really cool picture here of Gene. Oh, really cool picture of Eric. Oh, man, it's ripped. I didn't realize this page was ripped. It's ripped kind of down there at the bottom, but a really cool picture of Eric. Eric Carr, the exclusive interview, still playing with a whole lot of muscle. And then they've got Rise to It. They've got Gene and his makeup. And his makeup just did not look right. I do remember when Kmart sold Phantom. I do remember that. I remember I couldn't find it nowhere. And I found a video store that rented it. And I so badly wanted to not take it back. I didn't want to return it. Rise to It. That's still the Rise to It video. And then they got the making of the first Kiss film in here. So they have it in here about Kiss meets the Phantom. Really cool shot of Gene. Hey Joe, thanks man. I love doing the Quiet Riot video. That's a really cool album. It's one of the albums that's, all those 80s albums that I'm going to be doing, they're going to be really just, you know what I would like to find? I would like to find legit one of those robes, man. Could you imagine legit getting one of those robes? Or any prop. The talisman from Kiss Meets the Phantom. Could you imagine getting any of that? Oh, dude, Rick. Here we go. Check it out. You're talking about the VHS ad. Let me get this better in screen here. I'm trying to get it better in screen where it's coming up, where you can see it better. Go up a little. That's the goodness right there. Trying to get the bottom of it. There we go. There we go. There's the bottom. Crazy Nights and everything down there at the bottom. Yes. And that center shot is from the Asylum, and then Bruce is on the back. That center shot's from the Asylum. And one thing that I did love about the Asylum tour is the freaking logo was so huge. It was like literally from one side of the stage to the other, and from the bottom of the stage all the way up into the lighting trusses. It was a huge logo. Yeah, I tell you, Rocket Ride. I remember, you sound like you're about my age, and I remember laying on the floor on that Saturday night special, and I remember laying on the floor on my belly, the floor model TV on the wood box on my like this feet going and watching Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park for the first time, and it was just before Halloween too, and so I already had my Kiss Your Face makeup kit, and it just blew me away. Being a kid, it was larger than life, and like you've said, and like Rick has said, and stuff like that. Uh, it is it is a different era. You you know, you couldn't just pull it up. You couldn't just look things up. You had to experience it, and there was a lot of things. Rick talks about a lot of them in his channel. There's a lot of fun that you experienced pre-internet days, not knowing what Kiss looked like, having to wait on an album to come out, not getting leaked, and having to wait on an album and going and standing in line, not just being able to buy it on the app on your phone or whatever and having it shipped to you or whatever. You had to go stand in the line in front of the store. And like I said, I remember I've told the story in my videos before when Dynasty went on sale. It was the return of Kiss. Nobody knew what their costumes was going to look like. They had them blacked out. They only showed their faces on the front of the album. They had them blacked out in the center poster. And nobody knew what they were going to look like. In all the promotional materials, you didn't see their new costumes. It was touted as the return of Kiss. And you had to go down and get in line for it. And I remember we went and came out of the record store and went down the sidewalk. I'm actually going to be making a video where I'm going to be returning to my hometown, going to where that record store used to be. It's not a record store now. I think it's a hair place. But showing where I was in line to get my album, how far down from the store I was, because I remember where I was. And they ran out of albums. You know, they ran out. So you were there, you didn't get an album. It wasn't like an unlimited downloads where you can just, they ran out of albums. $6 Million Man Doll. Now, Rocket Ride. Did you have the $6 Million Man Doll that was in the spaceship and he had like this latex stuff on his arm and you could pull the latex back and he had these modules that you could take in and out of his arm with this little, they had like a little thing and you could take them in and out of his arm? Is that the $6 million that you had? Because if it is, that's awesome. And I remember the Stretch Armstrong. They got the Stretch Armstrongs now, but they're little. But these were big Stretch Armstrongs. They were like the 12-inch size of the Kiss dolls. And you could pull him. And I remember I pulled mine too far and busted. And it had that red, sticky jelly in the middle of it. But yeah. The skin grossed out your sister. Yeah, because it pulled back. It pulled back like on his arm. And he had like these modules. And you could look through his eye. He had like a hole in the back of his head. And you could look through it. And you could look through his eye. And you like saw that vision that he supposedly could see. That was just so cool. Let's see. Vinnie Vincent tickets no longer available. No way he sold 60 tickets. I heard that he canceled again. But I think Ralph has a video about that. And everybody say hello to my good friend Scott Peterson, who's in the chat. Talking about my mom made me a Paul Stanley costume for Halloween when I was a kid. Ace was my favorite member. I figured he'd be easy to do Paul's makeup. I felt cool. Paul did have the easy makeup. Paul and Gene, I think, have the easy makeup. Paul just has to do the star. Now, granted, drawing a star on a three-dimensional object like your face isn't the easiest thing. But then after that, all you gotta do is do the eyeliner, do the eyebrow, and do the lipstick. Gene, black. You just have to do the bat wings on both sides, and then the black makeup, the light lipstick, little thing. Ace, a little more complicated because even though you just got the black makeup, you got the two lightning bolts on either side, but you got the silver in the middle. And then later on, he had the blue eyeshadow. Peter, to me, hands down, the hardest makeup. Hands down. I think Peter's is the hardest makeup. But I may be wrong. But I was actually thinking about it. I used to wear Kiss makeup a lot when I was a kid. Because I think I had, at one point in time, like 3 or 4 Kiss Your Makeup kits. And I went through every one of them. So what I was thinking about is getting since I'm bald now and everything, and I shaved my head, I was thinking about shaving my goatee off and shaving my face really good and making a series of videos where I make myself up like the Kiss members. Like I take a video and I do Paul and I take a video. I do Ace, I do Gene, I do Peter, and kind of just do like a time lapse of me talking through it or whatever. What do you think? Y'all think that'd be something fun to watch, entertaining? But Scott Peterson is the lead singer slash guitarist of my band Lydia's Bridge. He lives in New York, so he's watching us all the way from New York, near Albany. And my band's Lydia's Bridge, who at the end of every one of my videos, you hear that rhythm, that dum, 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 and it plays in the last 20 seconds of my videos. That's from our song called Looking for Satisfaction. I've actually played it all the way through sometimes, and then in some of my videos, some of my earlier videos, you hear this song that comes in with like a real heavy distorted guitar, like dun 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 dun. That's a song of ours called Severed Rain. So Scott is the lead singer and guitarist of my band Lydia's Bridge. We're a three-piece band, and I've known Scott for, God, over 20 years, Scott. I knew you before I met my wife. I was in a band with you before I met my wife, and me and April's been together 19 years. So yeah, man. Heard somebody say the other day they really liked that song, Looking for Satisfaction. So, I was thinking about putting... I'm going to talk to my friend Scott here for a second. I was thinking about putting... Remember those videos that we filmed when I came up to New York for New Year's that time? And it was me and you and your brother Paul, and Bubba was playing. And I was thinking about maybe putting some of those out on my channel. And remember when me and you and Scott used to rehearse at that place that we worked at, and we were videoing. We set the tripod up, and we were just videoing us. We were making that video for Scott because he was relatively new to the band, so he could learn the songs. And the people that worked at the alarm company that stayed late at night, they were banging on the door and then banging on the wall and then came to the door. You remember that? I got videos. I got the videos from those. I found them the other day. So, anyway, I'm going to show you a couple more of these magazines that I got, if y'all don't mind. This is a Metal Edge. This was also in that lot. It's a Metal Edge, and it's got Marilyn Manson on the front, but it's got Gene there in the corner. And this is from, I don't know what time it's from. Let's see. Oh, it is May, but it don't say what year it is. I hate that. It's probably going to have to find it on the May 1997. And you open it up, boom, look right there. Gene Simmons. And let's see, Kiss is on 55. So let's see what Kiss is in what Kiss is in this. One, two, three, four. 51, 52, 53, 4, 5. Oh, hell. I don't know. It looks like the Kiss is gone. 52, 53, 54. But then this says 64. But it's a Metallica thing in the middle. Unless I saw something wrong. Color posters, Kiss, 55. I don't know. It looks... Yeah, somebody's pulled the Kiss poster out. Some of my bitches. Kiss poster's gone. It was a double poster. So, yeah, somebody pulled the Kiss poster out. There's a Kiss poster supposed to be in front of that. Man. Bastards. Metal Edge presents, and the cover's missing off of this one. But this is Metal Edge presents the official Kiss Alive Worldwide 96-97 Tour magazine. So this is the Metal Edge thing, and this is chock full of Kiss stuff. Like reunion type stuff. But, like stuff like this. So it's just full of all that. But then they've got some old school stuff in here too. Like they've got the Return of Kiss, which is the Dynasty era. So that's that. And then I also got this Fraley. They had $5 tagged on this thing, but I got this whole lot for. But it was basically the Ace Frehley band. It's a black and white photo. Ace Frehley band. And the last couple things I got inside of there was these two cards. There's this one that says Merry Christmas. And this card here. So yeah. Let's see. Well, guys, I mean, that's really all I've got, unless you guys got anything you want to talk about. I wanted to go live for about an hour, hour and a half, and I've done that. So, if you got anything you want to talk about, but if all hearts and minds are clear, we can end it out. Like I said, I am going to get on getting that symphony video finished, and I would like to know, you guys can put in the comments or chat in, would you like for me to just finish it up tomorrow and upload it, or would you like for me to wait until like a Friday or next Friday or Saturday night and do a preview or premiere where we can all watch it together, around 9 or 10 o'clock, and we can all watch it together. I don't know. I'll do what you guys want me to do. If you guys just want me to finish it up and get it uploaded tomorrow, I'll do that too. So, so just let me know what you think. Put it in the comments or chat it in. And I really don't have much more to say. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. And we're going to end this chat. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.